is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to our man Dave in Clearwater. Hey, Dave, Happy New Year. What's happening, man?
Happy New Year to you, my brother. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, man. How you been?
I am doing well, man. I'm doing well. Can I throw a quote out at you?
Sure.
In the market, somebody knows something. Someone always knows something. That statement was made by a great trader by the name of Tom O'Brien about 6-7 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
And it kind of hit me like a brick. You're right. Somebody always knows something.
Hey, Carlos, what's going on, brother?
I'm calling you back, Tom. This morning I had the pleasure to talk to you and your son, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to talk to you again.
Well, I think you made some money on this bond.
Oh, yes, Tom. Your newsletter helped me.
That's a beautiful thing. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Serve the one you love. Once you decide to be a couple, you are there to serve the one you love, to serve your love to your lover. And every kiss and every touch, you feel you're there to please the one you love without expecting anything back. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 38, NASDAQ up 12, S&P's up 6. Gold contract up $1.40, trading at $1,268 an ounce. Silver down 18 cents, $17.41 an ounce. Platinum down $6 at $9.49 an ounce. Copper up a penny and a half, trading at $2.59 a pound. Light sweet crude down 15 cents, $49.40 a barrel. Notes, 10-year note up 4 ticks, 125.17. 30-year bond up 6 ticks, 152.19. King dollar up 297 ticks, traded at 98.945. The euro is 108 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is at 111 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. We got a slew of earnings coming out after the close today, tomorrow. Big numbers all over the place. Okay, so your SPY right now is traded 239.16. On Monday, we did 119 million shares. Yesterday, you did 76 million. Bottom line, we're going to do probably around 70 million right now, and we are going into 149 million. Now, the high, I wish you would tag this high, actually. The high is 240.32. We've hit 239.53. Let me go over to the cash S&P for a second, and hopefully this cash actually hit it. So the cash S&P hit 23.98. Oh, my God. And it's 24.98. Would have been nice if it tagged it. Bottom line is that we'll see how this shakes out. Your volume is going to be much lighter. Dow Industrials. What do we have with the Dow Industrials? Dow Industrials, 2 big days, 2 big gaps. Dow's up 42 points right now, and we're at 21,038. The number to keep your eye on, the longer that we stay at the 20,095. So bottom line is that, this gets interesting. So you need to be down about 80 points to get a rejection. That's how that kind of lays out. The composite, the NASDAQ composite, and the NDX, they both up and over their highs, and the composite is still at a high. We're at 6,038. The high yesterday was 6,036. NDX 100. Now, the NDX 100, folks, is going to have, you are talking about a monster coming in tomorrow. There'll be some action after the close out here today because you get Amgen, which will push that NDX around. No doubt about that. But what we have tomorrow is a slew, meaning you got Microsoft, you got Google, you got Amazon coming all out after the close, all when the futures are still open, too. The NDX 100 right now, we traded to a high of 135.51. High yesterday is 135.36. Right now, you're at 135.22. Gold contract. What do we have with the gold contract? Bottom line, folks, gold contract rejected lower price, got down to $12.60. You're at $12.68.40. I suspect that this is it. This is going to get interesting watching this thing shake out. Now, this is going to be a classic. When I say a classic, it's going to be basically a classic time in the trade test of strength. What the gold contract did is that we got down into the strength from April 11th. The low there is 1254. You did 292,000 contracts. Well, we've done 220. It's rejected it. It's over the lows of yesterday. It is over the lows of Monday. That's your gold contract. The GDX, if you want to see a classic, here it is. The GDX got down to $21.68. It's at $22.28 right now. We've done 47 million shares versus 150 million. Bottom line, rejected lower price, has lighter volume. Now, all of that was done. I'm going to go to the dollar index. This was done, folks, as soon as the tax deal came out, the tax proposal. So the dollar index, what the dollar index did is this. Dollar index was up to a price point of 99,205. Right now, you're at 98,975. This baby is rejecting higher price. You're still building cars for lower price, and what that's all about, of course, is that there's a tax overhaul on the table. Bottom line is that there's not a way to pay for it, but guess what? What that has done immediately made the dollar lower, made commodities higher, and I expect that's what we're going to see. It's really intriguing how this whole thing works out. And let's go over to the bond market, because what you have with the bond market is that we're going to need a lot of debt. So bottom line, you need a lot of debt. Guess what? Rates are going to stay low. We have with the bond market came down to 125.07 today. We've done 1.3 million contracts. That 1.3 million contracts, number one, was going into Monday, which is 1.5 million. Heavier yet, going into its strength. The strength that we're talking about was from the 7th of April, which is 2 million. So you got let's say we call it 1.4 because it's 1.324 right now. 1.4 coming into 2, rejecting lower price. You have lighter volume. Bottom line is that we are going to get a lot of action inside these currency markets. 30-year. We go take a look at the 30-year. What you have with the 30-year out here. And it's going to take the market a little bit to digest this. There's no doubt about it. 30-year came down to 151.30. We're at 152.18 right now. You've done 241,000 contracts. The 241,000 contracts, I believe it's going against 350. Let me just look. Yeah, it's gone against 359. So bottom line is that that action out there, says that the dollar wants lower price. XAU, HUI, that this is a classic, and the XAU traded to a low of $80 rather, $80.87. You're at 82 right now. That also came into the strength from the 15th, rejected it. HUI did the exact same thing. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials right now up 44. Nasdaq's up 14. S&Ps are up 6. We're going to be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials up 44 right now. You get the NASDAQ trading up. I'm sorry, folks. NASDAQ up 14, S&P's up 6. Let's go to our man Carlos in California. Carlos, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
I'm
Nice to talk
doing
to you
great.
again.
Yourself, man?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good, good. Good to hear from you, man.
Oh, no, thank you, Tom. Thank you for taking this call. Tom, today the reason I call is I want to ask you about the Japanese yen.
Okay.
The reason is I noticed the correlation that is between gold and in the yen.
Yes.
And I noticed that there's in a website that I follow for the announcements.
Okay.
They have the rate announcement today in about 7.5 hours. And the policy from the Bank of Japan. And I want to know if you think once you look at the yen that can help or can hurt the relationship between the yen and the gold. Can you please?
Okay, so let's take a look. So the correlation, folks, is a direct correlation, meaning that what ends up happening is that if the yen gets stronger, which it has got stronger since the 17th of April. So 17th of April, the yen was 108 yen to $1 US. You know, if we go back to December 15th, it was 118. But bottom line, what has happened is that it went from 108. Today it made a high of 111.78. So as that gets stronger, bottom line, gold gets weaker. Now, what I find so intriguing here is this, Carlos, right? So on a basis of what we just did, you know, the yen had gone lower from March 10th to April 17th nonstop. It just went straight down. It did some consolidations. This is ice right here, meaning that at 111.60, and what that is, it went to 111.70 today. Let me put a line right across this, and you're going to see this is a classic ice, and that looks to me like the end of this bounce. You know, it got up to the level. That's where it broke down from, and it broke down in March 22nd. You know, so if you're putting trades on, this is a good place to put them on, meaning that if you're going long gold or you're going long the metals.
I am very long on the metals.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure this idea that I have in my head, that if the Bank of Japan end up doing nothing, that normally they don't increase rates. Sometimes, but not doing nothing, they help the yen.
So what you have, folks, is this: is that the Japanese, central bank, has been trying to get the yen weaker forever.
Yeah.
That's the reality, because what has happened is that when the yen is as strong as it is, bottom line, they have been in deflation for so long, it's amazing. So what happens is that it seems that no matter what they do, that country, they save so much money that bottom line is that what happens with inflation and deflation is this, folks. So inflation, so let's picture that you had the same amount of money in an economy. Let's just say we had $1 million in the economy. What happens is that if that $1 million is not spent, let's say we all have businesses, and if it's not spent, what are we going to do to make money? What we do is that we keep reducing prices to, say, hey, buy something off me. Buy something, will you? Okay, so that's what Japan has been in for like 20 years. They've been trying to get inflation in, and what happens with inflation, of course, we have the same $1 million in the economy. But what happens with inflation, inflation is the turn of that money. I turn around and buy something off you, Carlos, you buy something off someone else, and you're not scared, and you buy, and you turn the money, okay? So bottom line is that no one knows what they're going to say tonight, that's for sure, okay?
Yes.
But, I like the idea, I like the trade, meaning that and not only just in the yen today, what you had is this, folks, is that you had, when I started the program, you had the aspect that the gold number one didn't get hit that hard, but the gold equities did. They came down pretty good, folks.
Yeah.
And what happened is that this was a total turnaround. And that's what it had to turn around here. That's the other side of it. It's like, when they happen at these crucial points, it's like, wow, man, how the heck does this really happen? Do you know what I mean? And they did. So that's saying to me that, the correlation is that we're going to have basically, tonight you're going to end up with a stronger yen. That's how it looks.
Beautiful. Tom, can I ask one more question very quick?
No, totally. We got plenty of time.
Is the peso? I noticed today, and it got a little hit it got hit hard by the announcement of, I think, the NAFTA.
Yeah. So what the news was, so the peso got hit, and the Canadian dollar got hit. The peso 3 days ago was trading at 18.472 1 US dollar. Today it's 19.19.
Okay, my question is this. Since I seen a little reversal, and, I thought it was going to get weaker, but now that it's getting stronger, the dollar against the peso, I'm planning to buy some land in Mexico.
Okay.
What do you think? Is that a good idea to turn some dollars into pesos?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. What I would do is this. So picture, folks, the day before the election, the peso was trading at 18.30 pesos to 1 US dollar. Then Trump with the wall and all that, the peso got destroyed, went up to 22. And guess what? The peso was the first one to go all the way back to where it started from. To me, this is just a counter-trend bounce. And the aspect of what Trump, the administration said, let me just see what it says here. I saw this come across the headlines. Okay, so it has to do with giving Canada and Mexico a heads up that they're going to try to get out of NAFTA. But that's going to be, the Canadian dollar is 136 to 1 US dollar. What my take on that larger aspect, Carlos, meaning NAFTA, is that is not going to be a deal that here it is right here, that is going to get pulled out really quick either. And one of the main reasons have to do with how many jobs are in California, how many jobs are in Texas, how many jobs are all over the place because of NAFTA. It's easy to say, okay?
Yeah.
But it's just like the border tax. What happens with the border tax is that you're going to have General Electric against Walmart. Well, Walmart, okay, has a lot more employees than General Electric. The same with NAFTA. The bottom line is that if in fact they're going to pull out, guess what? Every place that anyone in the U.S. goes to is going to pay a lot more money, and I don't think the companies themselves, it's not going to be you and I that are going to be fighting this. It's going to be the large U.S. corporations that are going to say, hey, you're dreaming, man, because you're wrecking our business. So,
well, thank you very much, Tom. Thank
okay, man, have a great one. Have a safe one. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow up 38, NASDAQ up 12, S&P's up 5.5. We're going to be right back.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
During the last century, there have been 34 bear markets, approximately one every 3.5 years. And since 1946, bear markets have accelerated to a rate of one every 5 years. When it comes to market corrections, the kind that take back 10% or more of your gains, they've been occurring at a rate of one a year during the last 100 years. Now, if you're in your 30s or 40s, you can probably weather the storm. It only took 13 years for the S&P 500 to get back above the highs that it made in 2000, which is much better than the NDX 100, which took 16 years to do the same. Look, it doesn't matter what age you are. There's nothing more important than protecting your nest egg. And on Wednesday, April 26th at 5:30, I'll share with you two simple patterns that have been present at the beginning of every bear market and how knowing these will save your retirement. We here at TFNN believe this knowledge is so vital that every member of our Tiger family will have a link on their members page for this 30-minute presentation. If you're not a member, come over to the homepage of TFNN.com and sign up now. TFNN.com, we've got your back.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Let's go over and take a look at Kansas City. She is. Kansas City Southern. So Kansas City Southern, folks, we were just talking with Carlos. We were talking about the peso. We were talking about NAFTA between, of course, Mexico, Canada, and the United States. So this is where I'm going with the whole aspect that we're going to see these large companies fight like crazy, folks. Outside of the aspect of consumers fighting. So Kansas City Southern, the low for the year is 79, the high is 100. And you can see it's down $3.78. Kansas City Southern, okay, check this out. This is pretty intense. Now, of course, they're from Kansas City, but they get half of their revenue, 1/2 of their revenue, bringing goods from Mexico to the United States and the United States to Mexico. And so when we're talking about that, let's pull this up for a second so you can see how this shakes out. Let me see if I get this breakdown. Yeah, there's the breakdown. So their revenue, in the United States, their revenue is $1.2 billion. In Mexico, their revenue is $1.1 billion. That's cross-border. That's what you're talking here, cross-border. Now watch this. So if we put this up and we take a look at it now, as soon as that announcement came out today, stock had hammered, no doubt. Stock goes from 91.50 to 86.60. But what you're going to also see, and this is what is going to be really weird, like watching this whole thing shake out. Now, this has been in a consolidation, you know, for a long period of time, since April of 2016. Now, it looks to me like it wants to test the 79, you know, in rate 86. Now, let me show you the other side of it, CNI. So that's on one side of the border. The other side is Canadian National Railroad. Now, let me pull this up. We'll see how much revenue they get out of the United States. Okay, so this is a trip. Okay, so they came out with numbers yesterday. Numbers were great. Their numbers go like this. They get $8 billion out of Canada. They get $4 billion out of the U.S. So 1/3 of their revenue is cross-border. So when we take a look at this, you're at 72.65. This looks to me like, yeah, you can get down to somewhere about $70, you know, $71. That's not the end of the world, you know. So this is going to be, what does happen is that I suspect, you know, the way that Trump's going to get out of it is sign an executive order, and then we'll see where the whole thing shakes out. But what you want to keep your eye on in all of these deals, folks, is that it's going to be the larger companies that are going to fight this out, and it's going to be huge. I'm just not talking about the aspect of the NAFTA, okay, because there's a lot more that's involved in it. And in fact, if you take a look at one of the targets, just put something in about the amount of cars that can come across. Bottom line, it's, you know, we'll find out what the prices are, you know, versus what actually happens. After the close out here, let's go take a look at Amgen. So Amgen, that's going to be right out at 4 o'clock too. So Amgen is going to affect the NDX 100. And Amgen, last time they came out with earnings, March, April, no, not the last, there must have been a warning. They went from 184 down to 165. Put this back. Well, there's support there. There's support at 161. This will get interesting, though, but this is also volume off the high. This is going to be an interesting one to watch. Actually, when I look at this, let me put this on a monthly for a second. Okay, so on a monthly it doesn't look bad. Yeah, on a monthly you get a high volume high. This is a pretty good consolidation. That's not saying much. BWLD, now Buffalo Wild Wings. This is a wild one. This is definitely a wild one. This thing likes to move big points on earnings. So that's trading at 163 right now. This has been in a consolidation. Oh, look at these numbers when they move on earnings. This is like sick. It moved last October of 2015 from 185 to 145. And then going back up in July, it went from 140 to 169. And then the last time, let's see, March, April, May. That wouldn't be the move then. The way this is set up, this looks to me like, so right now, 163.30. Oh, this is going to be interesting watching this. So check this out. It had a sign of strength on a weekly, February 10th. It gets to 163.30. It does that with 6.1 million shares. It tested it last week with 2.5 million and failed. This is going to be a good one to watch. You know, so that's the way this is set up right now. That would be saying that Buffalo Wild Wings will report, and when they report, bottom line is that thing will back down to somewhere about 156, and right now we're at 163. So That's going to be a big number to watch. If we go over to the NDX 100, we look at the strength versus the weakness. Strength right now in the NDX is a win. Resorts, that came out with numbers last night, and I believe the Las Vegas Sands are going to come out tonight. Win is up 6.2%. You have No Agent Cruise Lines up 3%. Costco is up 2%. Marriott is up 2%. Taken away from it. Seagate Technology is absolutely getting smoked. That's down 16%. NetEase is down 4%. Intuitive Software is down 2.6%. If you go over to, let's go back to Seagate Technology for a second. This thing got absolutely smoked. So you're down $8.16. You're trading at $42.34. Last time it came out with numbers, they had good numbers. They went topside. They went topside very quickly. This time they just gave it up in spades, man. And they gave it up big. U.S. Steel also gave it up big. U.S. Steel down $8.34. Monster volume. U.S. Steel's going after November 8th. November 8th, the high was $21.39. We've traded to $22.63 today. And the amazing part about U.S. Steel is that they actually came in with a loss, and they're still going to pay a dividend, which is just a pretty wild. They better make sure they have plenty of money, because the way U.S. Steel is trading, it looks like it wants to go a lot lower. And, of course, what does happen in U.S. Steel, there's your infrastructure, and that's saying that the infrastructure is not going to get done. Or if it gets done, U.S. Steel's not getting a piece of it. That's the bottom line. We go take a look at some of the higher volume stocks, and this will be a low volume market out here today. You have Bank of America flat. U.S. Steel is the leader on the way down and the leader in volume. 8 down, it's done 93 million shares. Seagate Technology, that's the same, done 30 million, down $8.50. You have Verizon up 71 cents. Juniper Networks is up $1.80. Fiat Chrysler is up $1.10. Inside some of the Dow stocks, what do we have out here? You have Big Blue down 31 cents. Oh, check this out. This is pretty amazing, folks. So this just gives you an idea of Big Blue, came out with numbers, right? Gap down. It gapped down from 171 down to 159. Now, Big Blue had its annual meeting in Tampa. In Tampa, they have 1,000 employees. Well, they have 1,000 employees, but most of them work remotely. The thing that's amazing, folks, check this out. This is just it's absolutely a mind blower to me, actually. So Big Blue, how many people do you think showed up to the annual meeting? Just think about that for a second. You know how many people, folks? 117 people. That's it. That's it. That's pretty wild, man. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Dow up 12, NASDAQ up 5, S&P's up 1.5. We're going to be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver-producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2020, 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet while remaining completely unhedged to the price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 3. You get the Nasdaq up 4. S&Ps are up $1.50. Let's go to our man John in Philly. Hey, John, what's going on, brother?
Good afternoon, Tommy. Thanks for taking the call.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. Appreciate it.
Say, Tommy, I wanted to ask you about natural gas futures. I continue to trade these, but the profits are a little tough to come by given the thing is in a range and not trending like it was last year. So I wanted to ask you if you could pull up the June nat gas futures and just give me your fresh eyes on that and tell me if you see something, tell me if you see it going anywhere in particular. I always find it helpful to get your fresh perspective on things like that, please.
Yeah, no, I like the setup. Yeah. So what you have here, folks, is this. So picture natural gas. It's been in a range. The bottom of that range is like 290. The top of the range is 350. This is a big sign of strength out here today. You're talking about 187,000 contracts. It broke the downtrend that had been out here since the 5th of April. That's saying you're at 326. That's saying 342 is game, and we get natural gas numbers coming out tomorrow. Now it gets intriguing here. So watch this, John. This is pretty cool. When you go there, and then if you want to correlate that with the UNG. Now the UNG, folks, is the U.S. natural gas ETF, but it's correlated there pretty good. What you have is that this strength up there at the highs of the 4th and 5th, which is 780, and you're at 750 today. So that's set up too. And this might be an ABC up. If I go back over to, and so that's the way it's looking, man. And that's going to be interesting too, because if you had that oil market was wild today. But yeah, I guess 10:30 tomorrow morning, we're going to know.
Indeed. Great. So you're thinking rally back up to those early April highs looks likely to you, eh? Yeah,
like 337 to 342 is game. And if you get volume, that can be an ABC up because the low of this is 280. And that, let me just see something. I think that was a shallow retracement. Yeah, it was a 50% retracement, so.
I appreciate that. Just one last thing. American Barrick, just wanted to ask you, just a follow-up to yesterday. Of course, that got crushed the past couple of days.
It did.
Now, so there was huge institutional selling. We see that. And I went over the news, and I confess, reading the news wouldn't have led me to think selling would have been as severe as it was. What had gone on was Barrick has sold or committed to sell to a Chinese miner 1/2 of a very large mine up in the Andes Mountains on the Argentinian side of the border. And it's a mine that's been going for quite a while, so
Yes.
it's well established. And so they sold off, they're selling a half, so they're getting cash to pay down debts. And clearly they're going to lose some gold outputs, but that's not like no big deal. I mean, you're getting cash for selling part of the mine. And they were shut down for some cyanide leaching spills, and this is something that they deal with occasionally, so it's not catastrophic, it's not killing people. So when I read that news, I said, okay, fine, it's not great news, but it's not catastrophic. So my question is it possibly setting up a buy here on Barrick with this sell-off this week?
Yeah, it is. And I actually, so watch this, folks. This is where this gets, the gold market loves doing, well, all markets love doing this, but you see gold do it more. And what it is this. I have a weekly up right now in Barrick, right? So what happens, folks, is that when you get buys or sells, we're talking about sell-off now, what tends to happen is this, is that on the first sell-off, you never really know how low it can go, how much volume you got, all of the above. But once you have a floor and you have a type of setup, which we do on all the golds right now, then you can get a clearer understanding on a probability of how bad the selling was, is the selling over, and then are we going to get any buying, okay? So the first part, which is pretty cool, is that there was vicious selling in the market in November. November, when the election took place, Barrick went from $18 to $14.66. We did $133 million on the weekly, right?
Right.
Then what we had is this, folks. You had selling once again, December. We went from 16 to 13. You did 131 million. So watch. So what I do is I say, okay, you did 133 million the first time. You did 131 million the next time. Now we get the selling again, right? Well, this week we've only done 86 million. And you're not close to the lows. You're going into the bars at the highs. So I like that when it happens, particularly when it turns, which this market turned. My take on this, if you guys are in the metals market, folks, buy these babies, okay? I did an update in the gold report this morning. We didn't buy anything, but specifically I said I want to see a rejection of price. We have the rejection of price. Absolutely have the rejection of price, man. This thing wants higher price. They all do. So, that's... Now, there's better ones than to Barrick than buy, but we need the Barrick to go for the GDX to go. So.
Right. No, exactly. No, but thanks for going through that. That volume analysis into those November and Dece bars is very helpful. And I'll just repeat what I said off the top. In reviewing what the announcement was fundamentally with the company, it wasn't good news, but it wasn't catastrophic at all. And that looks like a classic ABCD down pattern that could be close to bottoming there. So, Tommy, thanks so much, man. I appreciate it.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. And, folks, what happens is that if you actually go through a few more of these, like if I have Newmont up, same deal. Newmont, first time it came down to 53 million. Next time it came down to 56 million. We've done 31 thus far, and it's already rejected the swing low out here of 32.15. That's what you're looking for. And particularly what ends up happening in that sector in general, if you have a lot of them that are doing the same thing, that's a big number. Now, after the close, we're going to have Goldcorp come out with numbers. That's going to be important. The reason being is that Goldcorp did the same thing yesterday. It went south, went down to $14.10. Got down to $14.15 today, rejected it, and it looks like it's going to get back in the higher range. Back in the higher range is above $14.46. And, if you haven't test drove the gold report, folks, great time to do it. You can test drive it 30 days, absolutely free. Check it out on the front page of TFNN. What's going to be intriguing here, folks, is that a miracle may happen, that you actually may close in the red out here today, which would be really unusual. Dow right now is down 6. You get the NASDAQ up 1. S&P's a flat. And this is going to be all about the dollar. You get bonds moving up again. You get the dollar moving down. Bottom line is that, hey, the way the market's reacting right now, I suspect that this tax deal is going to take a long time. It's not going to be done overnight. And, I don't expect that this is the first. Here, I'll run through this for you just as to what they are talking about. So White House officials made the opening bid for what officials call the biggest tax cut in U.S. history. When I come back, we'll go through this. I don't expect that it's going to be laid out like this, but something is going to come down the line. There's no two ways about that. And what the market's saying when that comes down the line is that they're going to push the growth. They're going to say, okay, that's how it's going to get paid for. But that is going to bring the dollar down. It's going to bring the rates down because we're going to have to go in the debt market in a huge way. And if we go in the debt market in a huge way, folks, bottom line, that Fed's got to keep those rates lower. We're going to be right back.
Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow right now is down 16. The NASDAQ is flat. S&Ps are off 1.5. And, folks, as you come over to our website at TFNN, we get a big night coming on. We got our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes. He is going to be doing a workshop for all TFNN members. You can be a member. It's absolutely free. The workshop's going to be free. This is going to be at 5:30 tonight. And the subject is how to spot and avoid the next bear market. As you come over to our website at TFNN, you're going to see it's the 30-minute workshop. And what Steve's going to be going through is what you should be looking for. And in particular, he's going to be talking about 2 separate patterns that are at the beginning of each and every bear market. That's what he's going to be talking about. If you'd like to come to a great workshop, check it out right in the front page of TFNN. Now, what happens, folks, is this. The way this works, in this particular one, you don't have to sign up. You just have to be a member. There's 30,000 members out here. So the bottom line is, if you forget your password, what you want to do is you go to the login and just put, you forgot your password, guess what? It will send your password right out to you. If you are not a member, what you can do, you just hit become a member. You're going to give us your first name, last name, your email. You make your own password up. Bingo. You are in the workshop, okay? So check it out on the front page of TFNN. It's at 5:30 tonight. If you can't make it live, it is archived. It will be on your page for 30 days. Market-wise out here, bottom line is that, you had 2 days that were up pretty dramatically. Bottom line is that what you have out here today is the rejection of that higher price. What's intriguing inside the Dow Industrials is that we're at 20,980. If this baby could get down to 20,957, you'd have that would be a bearish scenario. And where I'm going with that, folks, is this: is that March 3rd, that's the low. March 1st, rather, that's the low of the high. That's where that shakes out. We're still into it. Bottom line, we'll see where that shakes out. Meaning, can it get down and reject the low of that high? We take a look at the SPY. What you have with the SPY is that the SPY is a rejection. So this is this is a different ballgame in the SPY. So the SPY traded today at 239.53, got over the high of the 15th. It's going to be under it, and the volume is going to be dramatically lighter. Right now we're doing 66 million. I'm not even taking the high. You're going into the second high where we try to spike it on the 15th. And on the 15th, we did 96 million. So the SPY would be a rejection. The NDX 100, that has a long way to go. But what you do have with the NDX 100, we're going to be getting action on that. We're going to be getting action on the NDX 100 after the close today, because between just Amgen and Buffalo Wild Wings, that'll give the NDX 100 action. Tomorrow after the close, forget it. You're talking about big action. You're talking about Microsoft coming out with numbers. You're talking about Google coming out with numbers. You're talking about Amazon coming out with numbers. Those three are going to be out with their numbers before 4:15, before their future market closes. So you can expect some big action out here. We go back to the dollar index again. You're going to see this is quite a reversal. Well, it's not a reversal in the dollar. The dollar's been going down for a long period of time. The dollar's been going down for almost 4 months. The last high in the dollar was 103. That was December 28th. The dollar right now is trading at 98. This is building a nice ABC down. This dollar looks like it's going to get into 96. And on a long-term basis, folks, it looks like the dollar is going to go to 91. So that's going to be really intriguing, because what happened is that as soon as the dollar couldn't hold 100.600 on a continuous contract, guess what? That sets up 91. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back with lots of numbers for you. Dow down 10, NASDAQ flat, S&P's down 0.5 point. We're going to be right back.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.